Hello and welcome to my home studio. I'm Kelly and there's Maxwell joining us today. Today's practice is about strengthening the spine and the back. So we will do a flow of bowing and twists flowing from the front of the mat to the back of the mat. There are two cues that I want you to think about when we're doing our warm-up Sun Salutations. Number one is to soften the knees, and number two is to, when you lift up halfway for a half lift, to lift up to parallel to the floor of the body and have your back straight. Okay, so let's get warmed up on the mat. Thanks for joining me. Let's begin. Come to the front of your mat, and reach up and stretch overhead. Press your feet down. I want you to lean over to one side and then lean over to the other side. Feel the side body stretch. And then fold over all the way, fingertips to the floor, look through the legs. Lift up halfway, place the hands at the shins, then exhale and fold. Inhale and rise. So two cues that you need to keep in mind every time you do a fold is to keep the knee, to have the knees soft, so not locked out, but soften the knees. And when you lift up halfway, your back should be straight. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Look through the legs. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold again. Inhale and rise. Let's do that again, warming up your body. Exhale, bring the hands to the heart. One more time. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold over. Lengthen and look forward. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands and step back to plank. Set your knees on the ground. So press the floor away. And your pelvis, your hips, your chest facing the mat. Now bend your elbows, press your fingertips into the mat, and lower down all the way. Bring your hands out wide. Bring them out farther outside of the mat right there. And put the top of your feet on the floor. Then press into your hands to fingertips and look forward. Lift the chest up. And then lower down. Do that again. And you can widen your feet right here, even to the edges of the mat. Lift up. So a little more comfortable, a little more space for the lower back as you lift up. Press your hands into the floor and lift your heart. Exhale and lower. Now let's do Salambasana or locust pose. I know this is a pose that most people really don't like. It feels quite awkward, but just try. Really strengthens the spine, the glutes, the hamstrings, and then lower. Press into your hands, come to all fours. And from here, lift your back up into cat. Lower your belly, cow. Exhale, round and cat. Inhale, lower, cow. One more time. And then lower. Tuck your toes, lift your knees, downward facing dog. Step to the center of your mat. Feet on the floor, heels on the floor. Bend your knees, feet are wide all the way out. Elbows to the inside of your knees, thumbs to your heart. Look forward. Then exhale, hands behind your hips, and I want you to sit on your mat. And we're going to do boat pose. So we'll do boat pose several times in this class, strengthening the core muscles and the back. Hands behind the hamstrings first. Lean back. Now, so you're sitting back on the tailbone, hands behind right here, fingertips pointing towards the glutes. Lean back with a flat back. Lift your right leg up. And then your left leg, and hold right there. Pull your toes back, and then reach your hands forward, flat, like that. Now reach your hands on the insides of your knees, like you were gonna come into crow pose. Hold right there. 3, 2, and then 1. And now lower down all the way very slowly. 3, 2, and 1. Arms overhead, reach the legs. Stretch the legs out, arms stretched out. And then bring your knees into your chest. Rock from side to side. Happy baby. Make sure the back of your head is flat on the floor. If you have a ponytail in the way, move that. Hands go on the outside of your feet. Pull the knees to the outside of your shoulders. The knees are on the outside of the shoulders, I should say. Rock from side to side a few times. I remember when I first did happy baby pose and I rocked side to side, I thought, oh my gosh, I'm going to rock over to the side and I won't be able to come up. You get better and better at it. And now cross your ankles and roll up. Come onto your hands and your knees. Tuck your toes under. Lift your knees up. Forward fold. Lengthen and look forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale and stand tall. Sun Salutation B. Exhale, hands to your heart. So we're coming into chair pose. Sink your hips down. Reach your arms forward, arms beside the ears. Sink your glutes down like you're going to sit in a chair back there. And press your toes down, but weight in your heels. Take a breath in. Exhale, fold over. Remember, soften the knees. Lift up halfway. Lengthen. Your spine is neutral or straight. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step back, plank. Put your knees down or full plank, lowering down to the mat. All the way, everyone to the mat. Top of the feet on the floor, hands wide, widen the legs. Cobra pose, look forward. Exhale, lower. Then tuck your toes under, pause. Hands together, behind the back, reach the knuckles. Now point the toes, lift up the body. Locust pose. Inhale. Exhale, one more time. Then release, hands to the mat, press into the floor. Downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Go ahead and bring your right foot forward. Warrior one. Spin the right heel down, the left heel down. Inhale, reach up. Right there, look up at your hands. Exhale, bring your hands down to your heart right there. Shoulders back, sweep the hands behind the back. Bowing warrior, reach the knuckles away. Hinge your chest forward over that forward leg. Inhale and lift up, like that. Perfect. Smooth and controlled movement. Strengthening the glute right there. The forward leg, the core muscles. One more time. Exhale, lower, and hold. Hands on the mat, press your hands down. Or hands on the mat, press the hands down. Step back to plank, right there. Let's go through a vinyasa. So lower down all the way. Still warming up the back. Press the feet down into the ground. Hands out wide. Lift up cobra. Exhale, lower. Legs are closer together. Hands behind the back. Lift up. Locust pose. Exhale, lower. We're going to get really good at that. Hands on the floor. Tuck your toes. Downward facing dog. Left side. Inhale, left leg up. Step your left foot forward. Put your right heel down. Inhale, warrior one. So your direction is facing forward. Exhale, hands down to the sides. Clasp your fingers. And then put your palms together, or at least bend your elbows if you need to. Try to reach the arms straight. Now bow over the forward leg 3 times. So press the toes down, inhale and lift. Do that again. Exhale. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bow. One more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale and bow over the forward leg. Unclasp your hands. Hands to the mat. Press down to the floor. Come into plank. Lower down. Hands wide, feet wide. Cobra pose. Press into the floor. Look forward. Exhale, lower. And now legs closer together. Hands behind, clasped. There's your locust pose. 3, 2, heels close together. 1, and lower. Tuck your toes. Press into the floor. Downward facing dog. Now let's take this further to the long edge of the mat and then to the other side by adding on. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Nicely done. Turn your toes out and bend your knee. Opening up the pelvis. Extend the legs straight. Step your right foot forward. Spin your heel down. Come into warrior two, right here. So arms forward and back. Relax your shoulders. Look forward and back. Now do a reverse warrior, arm over the ear. Hand goes behind the thigh right here and down maybe behind the knee, and then side angle. Put your forearm on your thigh, arm over the ear, draw your shoulder back, palm up. Reach up and over, arm over the ear, palm straight, and then side angle. Last time. And then reach up, star. Your toes are forward. Then turn your heels in, bend your knees right here. Horse stance. So horse stance, your knees, don't let your knees drip in. It's easy to let that happen. Press your knees out right there. In fact, place your hands on the inner thighs, fingers down. Press and look over your shoulder. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, look over the other shoulder. Inhale, look forward. One more time. Exhale. Inhale, look forward. Exhale the other way. And then center. Straighten your legs. Reach up and stretch overhead. Exhale, hands behind your back. Clasp. Reach the knuckles. Or clasp the hands. Reach the arms, the hands away from your back. Forward fold. Wide angled. Forward fold. Notice your shoulders right here. Move the shoulders away from the ears. Notice your feet. Notice your abs. Pull your abs in. Now unclasp your hands. Hands to the center of the mat. Lift up halfway. Walk your hands over to the back of the mat and set your knee down. Inhale, Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Then exhale, bring your hands to your heart and hinge forward. Turn your shoulders and your rib cage looking to the side. So there's your twist. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, place your hands on the floor. And we're just going to go onto this side of our body, or go into a side plank. Lift up your knee, slide your left foot into the center, turn your heels like that, press your hand down, and then draw the shoulder underneath. And then stack your legs like this, or you can keep your foot right there in the front and reach the arm over the ear. Right there. And breathe. Lift your hips. Breathe in and breathe out. And then face the mat, hands on the floor. Lower down. Hands behind, clasped. Locust pose. Look forward, exhale, lower. Press into your hands, tuck your toes. Downward facing dog. And breathe. Inhale and exhale. Step to the center of your mat. Bend your knees. Knees go the same direction as your toes. Elbows press into the inside of the legs. The knees there. Thumbs to your heart. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, reach your arms forward, stretch. And now sit on the mat. Feet in front. And just like we did before, hands behind the thighs first. Lean back, shoulders back, fingertips or hands on the floor, fingertips facing the hips. Lift up your right leg and left leg. Stay right here. Inhale, flex your toes. And then maybe you can reach your hands, knees apart, palms right between the ankles. Pull those knees in towards the shoulders and look forward. Inhale, exhale, breathe in, breathe out. And then lower down all the way. Lower, lower, lower. And reach the arms overhead, legs straight out. Bring your knees into your chest. Happy baby. Grab the edges of your feet. Rock from side to side. And then let your feet go, cross your ankles, and roll up. Come onto your hands and your knees and come into downward facing dog. And we'll make our way back to the other side of the mat. Inhale, lift your left leg up. Turn your toes out and bend your knee. This is the beginning. This signifies the beginning of the sequence. Extend the leg straight, step your left foot forward. Spin your right heel down. Here's your warrior one, right there. Reaching your arms forward and back. Get into that low lunge position. Press your foot down right there. Now do a reverse warrior, hand behind the thigh, arm over the ear, and have your fingers together, your palms straight. Feel your inner thigh right there. Press your foot down, and now side angle. Reach up and over. Inhale. Reverse. Exhale, side angle. One more time. Reverse. And then side angle. And now reach the right arm up, left arm up, star. Palms facing forward. Turn your heels in, right there. Bend your knees, right here. Lift up your right leg, your right heel, and press the heel down. Lift up the left and set it down. Or this side up and set it down, and then the left. Do it again, up. And now palms together, press your palms forward, arms up, right there. Now lift your right heel, left heel. Now try both. Hold it for 4, 3, 2, and then 1. Set your heels down, lift up, hands behind your back, clasp, and fold over. Toes forward, all the way over. Reach the arms away from the back. Straighten your legs, fold all the way over. Bring your awareness to your feet, to your shoulders, shoulders away from the ears, the core, the abs. Now release your hands to the mat. Lift up halfway. Move it to the front of your mat. Set your knee down. Anjaneyasana. Inhale, reach. Look up at your hands. And then as your hands come down, trace that line to your heart. Hinge forward, and then turn the elbow to the side, the rib cage to the side. Breathe. One more breath. Inhale and reach up. Now we're going to do side plank. So hand on the floor. You'll get better and better at this the more you do it. Even if you're really good at it, you'll get even better at it. So I'm still working on it myself. Press your hand down, spreading your fingers. And then you bring your other foot to the center like that and turn your heels in, reach. So there's position 1. Then maybe you can stack the legs and bring the arm over the ear. Straight hand, straight arm, breathe. Lift your leg. Face the mat and roll through vinyasa. Lower down with locust pose. Hands together. Lift the legs, lift the arms, look forward. Exhale, lower. Hands on the mat, tuck your toes. Push off the ground. Downward facing dog. And breathe. Paddle your heels, right and left. Now let's add an element of challenge. We'll add some balance to this sequence. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Turn your toes out and bend your knee. Extend your legs straight. Step your right foot forward and pause for a moment. So keeping your hands down right here, extend that back leg straight. You can use your block right here maybe, like this, by lifting up your left leg. And flex your foot back there, like that. And then I want you to reach your right arm up, revolved, half moon. Breathe, twist. Strengthening the spine, the core, the glute. Nicely done. Now set your foot down on the floor. Warrior 2, right there. Really relax the shoulders. Reverse. arm up and over the ear, and then side angle. Form on your thigh, just one time. Now star. Feet, heels in, palms forward right there. Bend your elbows to the sides, and then inhale, reach up. So a little more movement right here. Lower, inhale and reach. Do it again. Pull your abs in, press your feet down. One more time. And then hold. Hands behind the back, clasp your fingers, and fold over. Reach the arms away from the back. Remember, shoulders away from the ears. Press into your toes. Let the head relax, neck relax. Now unclasp your hands, hands to the mat. Lift up halfway. Move it over to the back of the mat. Set your knee down. Anjaneyasana. Inhale, reach. Look up at your hands. Exhale, turn for a low lunge twist. Inhale, and then exhale. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale, reach. Side plank. Right hand on the mat. Lift up your knee. You can use your other hand for balance if you need to. Slide your foot to the center. Turn right there. Spread your fingers. Maybe you can stack your leg and reach the arm over the ear. Then maybe lift the leg. Hold it for 3, 2, and then 1. And then face your mat. Lower down all the way. Locust pose. Clasp your hands. Lift up. Exhale, lower. Hands on the mat. Press into the floor. Lift up. Downward facing dog. Step forward to the center of the mat. Here's your malasana. Elbows to the inside of the knees. Look forward. Place the hands or reach the arms forward. So reach, reach, reach. Stretch the glutes down to the floor and sit. And then bring your legs together. Lean back, legs up. Hands behind the hamstrings or here as we began this pose. Then separate your knees. Keep your feet together. Arms between the legs like that. For 3, abs in 2, 1, and then lower all the way. Reach your arms overhead, stretch. And then come into happy baby. Knees on the outside of your shoulders, grab your feet. So here's another pose where you can, similar to crow pose, lift up your shoulders, hands between the feet, shoulders on the outside of the knees. Hold it for 3, 2, and then 1. And then release, grab your feet and rock from side to side. 3, 2, and then 1. And then cross your ankles and roll up. Come onto your hands. Legs go back, downward facing dog. And let's begin again. Left leg up. Turn your toes out and bend your knee. Look up underneath the arm at the foot. Extend the leg straight. Step your left foot forward. Move your block right here. Or you can just put your hand on the floor and then lift up your leg right there. So straight leg, flex your foot, abs in right here, and then reach your left arm up. Press your hand into the floor, really lengthen that leg, stretch it out straight, and then set your foot on the floor, warrior 2, right there. Press your feet down, toes glued down to the ground, fingers long and straight, lengthen into that lunge position a little bit deeper. Feel the inner thigh work right there. Reverse warrior, hand behind the thigh, look up, and then side angle. Reach up and over the ear. Reverse, side angle, and reverse again. And then side or star. Right there. Star pose, toes, heels turn in, toes turned out. Bend your knees, bend your elbows to your sides, and then lift up. Do that 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, one more. And then hold at the bottom, hands right here. Lift your right heel, set it down. Left heel, set it down. Do it again, right, and then left. Clasp your hands, palms forward, lift the right heel, arms up, left heel, and now together, hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nicely done. Set your heels down, lift up, and sweep over to this side. Hands on the mat, press into the floor, leg goes back, and go through a vinyasa. Lower. Locust pose. Exhale, lower. Press into the floor, tuck your toes. Downward facing dog. And breathe. One more time through. We'll add an element of difficulty. Inhale, lift the right leg up. Turn your toes out and bend your knee. If you want to, flip this over. Place your foot on the floor, and then you press into that foot and reach the arm up and over the ear and look up. Unflip by placing the hand on the floor. Right leg goes up. Step your right foot forward and keep your hand on the floor. Move the block over, and you lift the left leg, revolved half moon. Or twisting half moon. Nice. And then set your foot down. Warrior 2 right here. Bend your knee right there. Hands come behind. Reach the knuckles away. Bow over the forward leg. Inhale and lift up. It's actually on the inside of the leg. So bowing over the forward leg. Right there. Inhale, lift. Press your feet down. One more time. Bow over. Beautiful job. And then unclasp your hands. Sweep your hands along the long side of the mat. Just a few times. And then we'll end up in the center. Right here. Hands in the center. Widen your feet. Lower your head. So the crown of the head faces the ground. This time, reach for the ankles. Grab your ankles and kind of pull your body through, straightening the legs. Point your elbows up and breathe. Then place the hands on the floor, lift up halfway, walk your hands around to this side, set your knee down on the ground. Inhale, Anjaneyasana. This should be familiar. Exhale, this time half split. Right here, Hanumanasana. Half split right there. Press your heel into the ground, toes pointing up. Look forward. And then set your foot down. Inhale, reach. Add the twist. Exhale. Press your hands down. Now tuck your toes. Lift your knee. Here we go. Thumbs to the heart. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, look forward. Lift up the right knee and balance all the way up. Keep your balance. Shoulders back. Tree pose. Knee to the side. Foot to the inner thigh. Hands to your heart. Inhale and reach up. And just try. Keep your palms together, and you can clasp your fingers, point your pointer fingers, relax the shoulders, then lean over the direction of your knee that's to the side. And then center. Separate your hands, hands down to your heart, knee forward. Excellent works. Bring that leg back. Reach up. Here's the side plank, hand on the floor. Turn your heels in, move the foot to the center, or stack your legs. Reach the arm up and over the ear. Look side. Nicely done. Now face the mat, lower down, all the way. Locust pose, lift the body away. 3, 2, 1, and lower. Tuck your toes, press off the mat, downward facing dog. And breathe. Second side, left leg up. Turn your toes out and bend your knee. Look up underneath your arm. Can you see your foot over there? Maybe you can flip this over by pressing the foot into the floor and then lifting up the hips. Arm up and over the ear. Place the hand on the floor, left leg up. Right there. Step your left foot forward. Keep your hands on the ground. Here's your revolved half moon. So under the right hand, lift the right leg. Left arm up. Standing leg is left leg. Press the hand down. Inhale and exhale. And then set your foot on the floor. Warrior 2, right here. Balance. Hands go behind, clasped, fingers towards the floor, and then move the arms away from the back and bow on the inside of the forward knee 3 times. Lift up. Do it again. 2. One more time. Inhale, lift up. Now open up your hands and reach up, star. Hands go behind and fold over. Wide forward fold. Unclasp the hands, hands to the mat right in the center. Widen your feet a little bit more. Press your feet down into the ground. Head comes all the way down. Crown of the head faces the ground. Now reach your hands through. This just gives you some leverage to kind of increase the stretch, and hold this for 5, 4, 3, 2, and then 1, and then walk the hands in, lift up halfway, walk it to the front of the mat, turn your heels in, set your knee down, and here's your low lunge right here. Inhale, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, half split. Put your foot on the floor. Inhale, reach up. Palms together, look up at your hands and twist. Hands to the heart. Turn the body on. Place the elbow right at the knee and use that as leverage to turn. Draw your elbow in. Inhale. Exhale. Now untwist. The challenge. Lift up your knee all the way. Lift it up. Balance all the way up. There we go. The knee to the side. Foot to the inner thigh. Tree pose. Hands together at your heart to start with. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, reach. Now we're going to lean the direction of the knee that's to the side. Reach over just slightly. And then center. Just a little challenge right there. The knee forward. Leg goes back. Inhale, reach up. Stretch the hand to the floor. Side plank. Bring the foot to the center. Turn your heels in. Reach up. Maybe you can stack your legs. Lift the hips. Arm over the ear. Inhale. Exhale. Hand to the mat. And last time, locust pose. Lower top of the feet on the floor. Hands together, clasped. Lift the body. 3, 2, and then 1, and then lower. Hands on the mat. Tuck your toes. Downward facing dog. And then step to the center of your mat. Put your block right there in front. And let's forward fold. Hands on the floor. Lift your hips. And let your head drop all the way over and breathe. Now turn, bring your feet together, was going to say turn, but I need to say turn. Feet together, bend your knees right there, and look forward. So practice right here, balancing. So strengthening the ankles, the toes, the feet, shoulders down, relaxed. Now bring the hands right in front, right behind the block, and maybe move the block just a bit. In case you tip forward, the block will be there to catch you. Hands on the floor, and we're just going to practice crow pose. So your knees are together right here, but I'm going to have you separate them and keep your ankles together, right? And then what you want to do is press the triceps or the back of the arms into the shins, but then hug the elbows in as you lift up the hips and straighten the arms somewhat. Then lean forward, look at the block, press into your fingertips, and pick your toes up. Set your toes down if you need to. And then you're done. Nicely done. The prep work of practicing the core work was super helpful, right? Now sit down on your mat. Bring your right leg out to the side or this direction. Place your foot on the inner thigh right here. And let's twist this direction. So hand on the outside of your leg, press the calf down. Hand on the outside of your leg, I just said that. Hand on the outside of your leg, turn and look. And then look over your shoulder. Now reach this arm around and grab your thigh right there. And then reach this arm up and over, and maybe you can grab your foot right there. Inner thigh stretch. Looking straight up, right there. Inhale. Exhale, press your leg down. One more breath. And then look forward. Let's counter that stretch by placing this foot over the other leg, or over this leg. And bring this heel to your glute. Lord of the fish pose. Grab your leg and turn. 3, 2, and then 1. And now turn the opposite direction. Arm on the inside of your leg, fingertips behind, look over the shoulder. Hold it for 3, 2, and 1. And then center. And now unwrap your legs and tip your knees side to side a few times. And then let's stay on this side. Changing. So foot to the inner thigh right here. And turn this way. So use your leg as leverage. Press your legs down. Fingertips on the floor over here. Look over the shoulder. Now reach this arm around and grab your thigh right there, or at least grab your waistline, your material of your clothes. And then look over your shoulder. Inhale. Exhale. And then reach this arm up and over and grab your foot right there. Keep drawing the shoulder back. Press your leg down. Hold it. And gaze up. 3, 2, and then 1. And then let it go. Relax the shoulders. And then one more thing, hip opener pose. We'll do double pigeon, our fire logs. Bring your ankle underneath your knee right there, and this ankle over this knee right here. And so if you need to, you can place a block underneath here to press down into. Otherwise, stay right here and take a breath in. So this is a super good hip stretch, hip opener. Flex your feet, bring your arms in front of your shins, and walk them forward right there. Inhale. Exhale. Look at your legs. Breathe in. Breathe out. Walk it up. And then hands go back and change sides. So feet on the floor and then change sides. So your ankle is on top of this knee, and then this other knee is over this ankle. Flex your feet. You'll notice one side is definitely tighter than the other, right? Okay, so now fix this over here. Reach your hands in front. Walk it over or walk it forward, and then look down at your legs. Maybe you can touch your nose to your leg and breathe in. Breathe out. One more time. And walk it up. Nicely done. Hands go back. And then let's windshield wiper your knees, your hips, your legs side to side. 3, 2, and 1. And now cross your legs. So this practice was called a mandala flow. Super fun, getting into a sequence, moving around the mat. I hope you enjoyed it. Bring your palms together right here. Bring the edge of the thumbs to the brow in gratitude for our practice together. And then bring the edge of the thumbs to the heart in thanks for showing up for your mind and for your body. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. I'll see you again next time. Thanks.